Hey everybody, this is going to be a model review of the Diecast Masters D8 and 1/50th scale. Starting off, here's the box. You can see there's a picture of it dozing, pushing dirt. There's the specifications and another picture of the real machine. And getting to the front, you can see there's a picture of the model. So getting on with the functions, this is as far as the ripper will go. It lifts the track off the ground a little bit, and then this is as high as it'll go. Mine won't tilt the rippers forward or back without forcing stuff, and I don't want to break it. So yeah, and then this is as high as the blade will go. As you can see, there's still some cylinder jacket exposed. So I don't know if it's just my model or if other people's will do that too. But it raises up a decent amount, but it could be better as always. So, and then there's a tilt mechanism. This doesn't have double cylinders to tilt the blade forward or back. So the blade does lean side to side a little bit, which is pretty cool. So, and then the tracks obviously roll, as you can see. It's not being on this kind of felt pad, it's not going to roll on a smooth surface, but it could roll relatively well, as you can see, if you had a rougher texture. So getting on to the details, we'll start off with the ripper. As said, these pins come out. There's two holes, there's these ones and then the one that the pin's currently in. So you can adjust your ripper teeth to a shallower or deeper cutting angle, which I think is really cool. The only other model that they've done this with in the past was the D6, so it's really cool that they did that. You can see your cylinders have a good hydraulic line detail running to them. All your pins are painted. You've got a lifting point, crane point decal down there. Getting over to the back of the machine, you can see you got 3 ripper shanks. You can see your Cat Hex logo back there. There's a windshield wiper. You can see the top of the air conditioning unit. There's some fans that are casted in. 2 GPS pods right here. They're painted white to differentiate them from the black cab. And then you've got some bolt detail on both sides back here, and you can see the reflectors back there. So that's really nice. Same thing on this side. Working our way to the tracks. There is no working rollers on this. They're just cast in, but the sprocket obviously works and the rollers work. It does have track tensioners, so that's really good to see. You can see there's down there more lifting point decal over by the idler. It's got good bolt detail on the sprocket teeth, another crane pick point decal there. See your steps to your dozer here. These are metal, which is good. This handrail here is plastic. It flexes, but it is to scale, so it looks accurate. There's a handrail right here. It's metal. This one right here is plastic. So on the tracks, you can see there's good bolt detail on each of the pads, so that's good to see. This handrail right here is metal. This is just decal. You can also see your D8, so it's not perforated through or in, but it looks good. So another handrail right here. It's metal. You can see there's anti-slip texture running up the top of the dozer. So you can see there's a fuel tank cap right there. There would also be your def tank over there, but it's not painted blue. So you can see inside the cab now. You got the seat's painted black. It's got cat on it. It's got nice little levers. You can see there's good matte detail for the floor. So, and The control panel does have decaling on it, so that's good to see. So up here you can see this cab is these are flimsy plastic and they have a lot of play to them, so I would be very careful not to pick that up from the cab too much. You could break it off. So you can see the top of the cab right there. And the big thing is with the D8 that makes this different than the T is they have done away with the big ROPS that went over the cab. So anyway, here's your air cleaner. It's plastic. Your exhaust pipe. It's plastic. It's got a little hole that's perforated in. So that's good to see. Getting to the front of the dozer, you can see you've got your cat logo. One inaccuracy that I will point out just from the real picture of the machine is that this should have a hex logo on the front, but it's not that way. So here's your radiator. It's black, it's plastic, and it's perforated in but not through. So you can see rubber hydraulic lines running to the 2 cylinders for the blade. You've got good silver painted lights there. Got a really good sized hose running from the front of the radiator to the blade. So that's good to see. More hydraulic line detail running behind the blade. So, and then this side, you've got another step here with perforations. More decaling. There's your hydraulic tank right there. So, and then getting to the bottom, it just says Diecast Masters, and there's some bolt detail down there. And there's some good bolt detail on the bottom of the blade. And getting to the front of the blade, as you can see, it has kind of this, it's not straight across your cutting edge. It kind of steps in. It's almost like a little bit of a U. It's kind of like a Komatsu Sigma blade, but it's not. It's the opposite. I don't know what kind of a blade you would call it, but that's kind of a new thing Cat has done with their blades. I've seen a D18 in real life that had this blade. So this is perforated through, as you can see, which is good to see. Part of it, this part right here, this front part is plastic, but these sides are metal. I don't really know why they did that. Actually, they're both plastic. I take that back. It's just the paint match looked a little different here, but it's all plastic, so be real careful not to break that. You've got bolt detail down on the cutting edge of the blade, so that's good to see. And yeah, so this model retails for, I got mine for about $150, I believe it was. So models are just getting expensive. That's just the nature of the beast. So it's a nice model. It's good to see a D8, a new one, and it has the adjustable ripper shanks and everything. So if you're in the market for a newer D8 size class model dozer, it's pretty easy to recommend this one, even though it is a little bit on the expensive side. But like I said, that's just the price of models. So that'll conclude this model review. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.